Sion in the game together. Like, Jin against Sion, bad. Jin with Sion, also kind of bad, because it's just not enough damage in a lot of cases. So this will need to be a very controlled game for Lyon as we see Morgan lock into the Shen top lane with the last pick.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
With the Doran's helm, not shield, so a little bit of scaling as well. Ends up getting away. If that wasn't a recent buff to get a little bit extra health on the helm, he would have died on that game.
But now we see the response from Lyon, Inspired taking that Triforce, and Inspired's MO, as we see Jose going.
Yeah, Jose immediately with the Dragon's Rage finds the angle there on a Saint. The EMEA tries to get out, but no, already knocked down into the egg. Sure, Inspired shows up, but there's no way for him to buy enough time for Saint to revive. So first blood over to TL.
Something a little bit earlier with this Lee Sin, as opposed to the Wukong, who's going to want to farm up and then show up to team fights with items, as Inspired is want to do. But this is also going to net them the second Drake of the game.
Forced to dump that valuable summoner spell. As now once more, it's Jose the Odo here in the mid lane. Saint tries to flash away, but Jose's ready to flash follow. Saint is the target, and Jose
will be able to take this tier 1 mid turret down for Yon, and then potentially rotate up towards this top side. Jose and Inspired already here.
Yeah, Dokla's trying to clear out the waves, uses Decimating Smash to get rid of most of it, but because it's a cannon wave, there's still enough time for Morgan to move up there and just take the turret. That's now a 2-0 turret lead for TL, as Lyon have yet to acquire a structure for themselves.
Big fight here.
Here we go. Quid going in with the Realm Warp, tries to find his way into the back line, and Inspired is caught out. Cyclone ain't getting him away, and Berserker has already died here too. That's your Fed Jin out of the picture before the fight really even continues kicking off. Jose Diodo once more, speaking of kicks, finds the angle on Saint yet again. It's the carries on Lyon.
Overall, because I was like, this is going to be a pick where it's going to be a test of how well he's able to synergize with the team, something that we've seen him struggle a little bit with prior during the split. But that was beautifully set up, taking advantage of the fact that Dokla did commit the TP to the Drake fight. I may have just cursed him, though.
Yeah, Morgan now finding himself under pressure as Lyon wants to send a 3-man play up here. They will at least force the flash out of the Shen, but they won't get themselves a kill. Meanwhile, hold on. For a second, I was thinking we were doing a split-screen replay, but no, it's just once more Berserker being found in his own red side jungle by the enemy AD carry and a little bit of backup.
Deep push everywhere by Team Liquid. He's dying near his second-tier turret, so the mid-prio has completely gone over to Yon's Ezreal and this Team Liquid team that is pressuring Lyon like crazy.
Yeah, they're pressuring all 3 lanes now, right? Morgan is up top, pressuring that top tier 2. Quid is on bot side, pressuring bot tier 2, and then you have the push in the mid. This is really well set up by TL.
Yeah, and a lot of it is off the back of Jose. So a reminder for everyone, you can still vote in your Kia All-Pro for your All-Pro first-team jungler. We've already voted. It's a regular season award, just to be clear. I think people will still be influenced by the games that they see in playoffs, however, and Jose putting on another Lee Sin show.
Exactly. Our votes are already cast, but the window is still open for all y'all to cast your own for a few more days, as we do have a 6,000 gold lead for TL. They've been able to find a great amount of use out of the Void Grubs they got early, too. That was one thing. Remember that Jose took those on spawn. Lyon took the first dragon. Normally, the Grubs are less valuable, but it's still a down payment objective that you want to profit off of later, and I think TL has found a lot of success from them.
Well, it works really well with this team, right? And the split push pressure they've been able to set up. I feel like I've never been able to say that correctly.
It's a tricky one.
Try. So that's a nice tongue twister. But yeah, like the way that they have actually set up the map has been so impressive. And every time they have been able to get a catch onto someone, they're immediately pushing in their side waves, and they've had a lot of pressure mid as well.
And they've gotten a lot of global gold off of that. Everyone with pretty even gold leads. You can see the top 4 gold in the game are all Team Liquid players, so they've really been popping off there. And Quid on his rise, doing about as much damage as Yon. The big thing here is that Lyon just hasn't been able to find fights where they've been able to do really any damage.
And I feel like that is well demonstrated by the damage chart, because the highest damage in the game on Lyon's side is Dokla, because he's up there playing the tank punching game with Morgan. If the carries aren't able to out DPS the tank punching tanks, you've got a bit of an issue. As Yon, nice sidestep there on the Deadly Flourish, even though he was slowed by the trap, doesn't get caught out by that one. We do have the Infernal Drake live right now, and Jose Diodo is already working on taking it out.
Yeah, I mean, TL are just pushed up so far on the map that it is incredibly easy for Jose to just get in there, make the Drake stack being even once again, with that third Drake that they gave up actually being the big breaking point where they really broke the map open. And yeah, this turret is gone.
And there's just not good ways for Lyon to counteract
Set
it right
up
now.
their front-to-back team fighting
Yeah.
for the Jhin at any point in time, right? Because of the way that TL have been playing around multiple waves.
And now Saint once again finding himself the target of Jose Dioto. Sonic Wave resonating strike, setting it up for the Dragon's Rage. Saint with a flash over the wall, but immediately Shattering Strike into the crash down coming out from Core JJ. Magnet Storm locks up both enemy solo laners, and yet again, this Anivia egg makes a nice omelet, but it won't do much more. Team Liquid's eating good.
Yeah, the Anivia has not been able to set up at all to kind of create space with her ultimate, and now TL are immediately onto the Baron after that pick.
Team Liquid far too mobile for the Anivia to have any effectiveness, and Lyon still killless in this game one.
Them into a position where they can set up for their front to back, and there we go. Wake
This
up.
was the question, right?
Wake up, Team Liquid Alienware.
This was the question. Would they stay asleep on stage? Apparently not. Apparently they've learned a way to channel their scrim power again in stage game. With this Baron, let's see how much they can break of Lyon's base.
Well, they're pressuring two different spots at once. Make it 3 as Morgan is up there in the top lane. Just doesn't have the wave crashing into the tier 3 here just yet. But Yon, as the main cannon here for the squad, is going to be the first to take down his assignment as that tier 3 turret falls in mid. Now everybody except for Morgan grouping up down here in the bottom lane to siege the tier 3 there. Inspired, seeing if he can maybe make a move, try to find the angle here onto Morgan. And that's going to be the sign for the rest of Team Liquid to look for something in the enemy base. They know they're going to lose their top laner, and sure enough, the shutdown credit goes over to Inspired, as Team Liquid will go ahead and secure themselves soul point here with this Drake, even though likely to be under any real pressure, and that's yet another pick for Lyon on to Morgan. Both kills so far have been finding the Shen in the side lane.
Yeah, the comeback would have to be pretty scary.
As the observers are showing us right now.
Physically and mentally, things are dark for Lyon right now. This is a pretty depressing game state, especially when Actualizer Rise just deletes your jungler in 1 second. Core JJ wrapping around the side here to see if there's anybody else to be found. As Inspired at least got away thanks to his Guardian Angel, but Dokla won't. He'll explode into an Infernal Shard Pinata, and his dead body won't get a whole lot of value there either.
There was a joke there about trading the Actualizer cooldown for the GA cooldown, but not a good trade.
No, not generally isn't going
Bush with the super shield from the TP allows them to at least make it to river. Step 1 kind of accomplished. It's still going to be nearly impossible for Lyon, but at least they're here.
Yep, Dokla's stepping up. Very tanky here on the Scion, but has almost lost the entirety of that big TP shield. Now it's gone. Soul Furnace, all he's got left. Flashing in, going for the play onto Yon. Jose Dioto with a defensive Dragon's Rage. Inspired wants to go in, looking to steal away the Drake, but no! Yon guns him down. Saint's about to fall next. Dragon still standing, but Lyon is not. Isles tries to flash away. Saint falls. Isles burns. Everybody on Lyon is getting hunted down in this Team Liquid Safari, and there's nothing left to stop them. Berserker's the only one standing, and TL's gonna march it down mid.
Statement game 1 by Team Liquid. They control 4 Drakes. They only give up 2 deaths. If Lyon plays the controlled game, Team Liquid pressured the crap out of them here, and they're gonna take game 1, Flowers.
They'll just march straight towards those Nexus turrets. Berserker throws a trap at the stairs because if he steps out of that fountain, he is done for. Team Liquid. Spawn said it was a rough week of scrims. It wasn't a lot of fun, but they were fixing problems, and it certainly paid off
for him. And I feel like we've talked so much about how good Inspired is on this Sejuani. He's such a playmaker on it. And there we go, the Aurora, kind of the default as we go down Quid's champions that he's played. Sure.
It works like that, right? The transit property of team compositions. All right, Morgan has Jose Dioto up here helping him. Looking to make the play onto Dokla, who's mostly just walking it off. Jose Dioto, immediate flash on top of Dokla. Point blank vault breaker. Dokla gets away with the first blood. The patience from TL pays off, and once again, it's Jose Dioto getting involved with a solo lane. Jay is rotating over. Quid is rotating over. Saint, it looked like a good idea, but as soon as Team Liquid rotates, you got to back away.
Well, and this is what that Lucian Melio bot lane priority gives you, right? Like, despite the fact that he initially went top, got the gank and kill up there, was super successful.
Oh, that was a really nice lockdown coming out from Isles as Jan is down to 150 HP, fires back into Berserker to halt the Lion chase, but pulling Jan in there underneath the
Excited this jungle matchup is something that's super interesting, right? Jose, as kind of a more gank-heavy jungler, here he is back in top lane.
Yeah, and remember, Dokla has no flash, so immediate cease and desist, followed up by the public execution, and it's all too easy to repeat the same process as before.
Yeah.
No, that was a good call. Good call. We didn't get a fight during it, so nothing lost. Nothing lost.
Yeah.
Hanging out, having a good time. Inspired is on the Void Grubs, so the opposite story being told here in Game 2 as what we got in Game number 1 this time around. After he helps out with this, I really like the movement from Morgan and TL.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he has that power spike, it ends up being massive. So even though Jose didn't have the item, he brought the top laner with the item.
But as soon as Core JJ shows up, you know that Melio has so much defensive power in every single ability in the kit, so pretty hard to make the dive work on that one. Isles here in the bottom lane now as Morgan, nice use of the public execution to reset his position away from the equalizer. They are going to fully commit here with a depth charge. Morgan continuing to try to get away, but no, it's Berserker.
Go for this Herald.
Yep, Saint's going to see it.
Yeah, they'll see it, but they won't be able to contest it.
Yeah, I mean, we can bring it back up then, I guess.
Berserker's back
Gold difference
already.
of 14 has been good. CS difference has been good. He has the tied for first Pentas. The Jan stats were from 2024, 2025 when he was first in all these categories. Now Berserker also first in all these categories, but we threw the question mark in there because you never know when Team Liquid's bottom lane is going to be able to wake back up and continue to perform at the level they've had the last 2 years.
Yeah, and I mean, Jan had a really, really good Ezreal game 1, on one of his, like, most, I would say, known picks. Like, I think of Jan as a Lucian player. I think he's a very good Lucian player. However, on the other side, this Senna has made it through the worst part of playing Senna, right? Which is the early laning phase. It is the pre-static Shiv, and now with the static Shiv buffs and Deathfire Touch, she's going to feel a lot better, and that shutdown onto her was pretty big.
This up. Instead, they're going to do their favorite play, kill Dokla with Jose Diodo. However, the equalizer nicely used. Dokla recognizes the problem, recognizes the danger, clears out most of the threat, tries to get away, but Jose Diodo gives him the thumbs up. Nice TP, buddy. And immediately commits his own flash to guarantee the interrupt. That also guarantees they're going to grab the tier 1 turret. That's a 22 HP Herald that's about to get value on a second tier turret as well. Nice sequence for TL.
Yeah, and I like that response from TL, right? Like recognizing that Lion want to fight. They don't necessarily want to fight into them, and they did
get an idea of where we are on that one.
44 currently.
44, all right. 44 stacks on the Senna as Inspired jumps in the mid lane, goes for the Glacial Prison. Not a whole lot of value to be found of that one because Core JJ just immediately pops the Breath of Life. But now the follow-up is there. Now Jan is in danger. Flashes back over the wall as the depth charge is committed. Jose Diodo here on the front line. TP's coming in from both sides. Saint's got to be careful. Morgan here on the front line now. Team Liquid scrambling to reposition as Dokla joins the charge, but Inspired! He goes really far forward, but he stays alive here with the Protoplasm Harness. Team Liquid's got to be careful now as Jose Diodo is almost dead. Morgan trying to get himself away over the wall, but he has to use the flash. Protoplasm Harness just saved Inspired right there.
Are you kidding me, Flowers?
No actual like Senna stacks compared to average, but he's still in a really nice position.
There we go.
Speaking of nice position, Lyon find themselves a pick on the enemy support as they were ready and waiting for Core JJ.
Unlucky that one went over to Isles, but a really good look right there. All of Core JJ's CC break was burned in that last fight, and now they're just trying to accelerate the game off this. Senna teams with Baron I love because they can stay at very high health.
Okay, Morgan's trying to take out the tier 1 turret down in bottom lane here at the same time. Is going to collect that one, but this Baron down to below half HP. Team Liquid going to pick up another tier 1, this time in mid. And it looks like the Baron's going over to Lyon, no contest.
Yeah, really, really nice call from Lyon. Immediately getting that pick, turning on to Baron. TL recognizing
this Baron because they don't have an advantage yet from it.
Okay, Lion's on the approach, but Team Liquid is already waiting here in the brush. TL Morgan here on the front line. He's going to be your target at the start. Nice equalizer coming down from Dokla. Morgan has all 4 stacks of the Sejuani passive on him, but immediately Breath of Life coming out from Core JJ. Jose Diodo gets burned down, and Lion's team fighting is looking ferocious here in this one. Core still trying to escape, but no, Inspired runs him over. Lyon continues.
And further proof that you cannot keep Dokla down, right?
No, sir.
His equalizer in that was great. He was actually immediately burning priority targets at the front line of that fight. So despite the fact that Dokla's strength is his team fighting and his communication with the rest of the team when comparing him with Castle during that first week.
Once you get to the mid game, right, you maintain mid priority, you can use the culling aggressively. Lyon, though, again, looking aggressive in the enemy jungle. They find their pick, a lot of burst down to Quid. He tries to get away between worlds and barely holds on. That shutdown really was the start of it. After that, he was up to like
huge.
900 gold, but now Berserker going to be your target. Here's Jose doing exactly what we were hoping he'd be able to do, but Berserker gets away for now. Morgan going into the back, continuing chasing after the Senna. Berserker staying alive for now. Morgan getting locked up. Beautiful defensive play coming out from Lyon. Protect the president. Remember, the first one was claimed without a contest from TL. Instead, it was a trade for the tier 1 turret bottom and tier 1 turret mid. This time around, TL decide they do want to fight for it as Lyon tries to jump over the wall and answer that challenge. Quid under pressure from Dokla off to the left side of the fight as Saint once again tries to jump back over the Baron wall. Jose Otto locked up inside the chicken pit. Saint jumps in and Jose's fate is sealed. Team Liquid trying to get one back onto Dokla, but he's already gone golden here with the stasis. Dokla staying alive. Saint has to reset here with the Soul Unbound as Berserker's down to almost no mana. Morgan still looking for a little bit more. Lyon low on health bars. Team Liquid recognizing they gotta try to find something here, but all they're gonna do is lose Quid. Dokla goes on a killing spree, and Saint's right back into the fight. Now Morgan's locked up here on the front line. The Mbessa might just die too, and Berserker takes him out with a killing spree. Team Liquid can't find their mark. They just don't have the damage until Yawn finally gets it there with a cozy campfire. Dredgeline hits him though. Isles lands the shot, and Yawn got. Lyon find yet another fight victory. They take the Baron and a 5,000 gold lead.
Jan tries to make the hero play at the end after the fight had just gone so wrong. And again, Dokla's likely chasing down Core JJ as well. That was a disjointed fight for Lyon, and it still worked. It started 3v5 with Dokla flanking. Saint flew back to the Baron pit at the start of it, so it was an extended 4v5. Now they're back on Baron. They finished the Drake. They reset. They're back on Baron.
All right, back to live. Here we go again. Jose Otto once more caught out. The Dawning Shadow bursting through, and the enemy jungler is already gone. A max range Dredgeline coming in from Isles as he tries to lock up Yawn. But the Team Liquid AD carry still safe for now. Isles nearly dead, but once again the Protoplasm Harness is the MVP on Lyon. Quid drops next, Saints into the back line, and Team Liquid has already lost 2. The remaining 3 have to scramble. The Baron claimed by Lyon.
That was so nicely done from Lyon. Also,
they are so much stronger in these 5v5s. They don't even reset after that Baron, knowing Jose and Quid are still down, just maximizing their amount of gold in pocket.
And man, the tier 2 turrets falling almost simultaneously in top and mid means so practical immortality at that point for the unimpressive amounts of damage that Team Liquid have been able to do so far.
It's really interesting. Team Liquid's doing...
Jose Otto jumps in for a quick Vault Breaker onto Inspired. Jose does have his Guardian Angel now, so keep an eye on that one. Dokla over the wall as immediately Jose full sends it into the back, looking for the kill onto Berserker. Morgan's ready to join him, and Berserker is down. That's the kill they needed, but Yawn and Core have already been killed. As soon as it looks like Team Liquid might have a chance, Lyon immediately slams the brakes on it. Now Morgan's got to try to run away. Saint, Inspired, and Dokla wrapping around to make sure he cannot do just that. The Mbessa locked up. It takes a little while, but they will eventually burn him down. Inspired goes on a rampage. Jose's just trying to clear waves away, get whatever he can. He knows he can't challenge for this. Ocean Soul for Lyon.
End up going in on Inspired, but then Jose immediately sees the angle. Quid pops his ult. Mbessa comes over
to eat up a couple of these yummy honey fruits. As now Saint jumps over the wall, wants to try to put a little pressure onto Core. Not going to get a whole lot. Baron aggro still being maintained by Lyon here. They got the Baron down to about 7,000. Keep your eyes on Dokla over the wall. Ready to drop the equalizer as soon as TL commits, and there it is into the back line. They go yet again. They're going after Berserker. He's down, but so is Quid. Saint has also found the next assassination onto Yawn yet again. It's the same story as Dragon Soul, but this time it's being told on the other side of the map. Triple kill for Saint on the Yone. Can he make it a quadra? The Soul Unbound's about to run out. No, the kill credit goes over to Dokla, I believe. But Lyon's going to be happy with that. It's only Core JJ left alive. Baron is not needed. They can take this one straight to the Nexus.
Berserker was just a distraction. Saint was zeroed in onto Yawn, and the rest of Lyon was assassinating Quid. So Lyon display some awesome team fighting to even this series.
Team Liquid had a great game number 1 where they took things over and never let that lead go, kept setting up great play after great play. Now here in game number 2, it's Lyon team fighting, forcing TL to play their game, and Lyon just being better at it. 19-6, 15,000 gold lead. One last kill to add some insult to injury as the Nexus falls and Lyon ties it up 1-1.
And what a great...
Caitlyn, so Team Liquid trying to throw in a little bit of spice because if they go even more standard down this Jarvan, TF, Jace rabbit hole into the like Silas Malphite, it was going to be ugly. Maybe they've saved it here with these last 2.
Yeah, and the Braum locked in for...
looking for Inspired. And right now, Inspired actually going into the jungle. Let's watch this. Okay, never mind. They're just going to grab the crab.
We have Braum, so I think we should be pretty happy fighting here.
It looks good.
Yeah.
It's done.
Should win this fight, I think. With Braum. Caitlyn.
It's a bloodbath! Oh my god! Berserker flashes through!
Okay, that's terrible for the game. Yeah.
Yeah, we just had Coach Spooks for TL walk by.
Isle's going to step up first. Inspired and Berserker coming up right behind him as Team Liquid trying to be careful now. Saint with the stolen ulti there, away from Quid. Now CoreJJ is going to be the target, and the Pantheon is forced to flash away. He has his flash back up because he used it at level 1, so it just now came back up and available.
Yeah, he probably would have used it in the river if he had it.
Yeah.
So in a sense, it's good.
The level 1 play paid off now.
What I find really interesting about this, though, is even though Team Liquid won that early skirmish 4-0, they still have to back away from the Drake because of the fear of the Merc Tread Silas and the Braum for early skirmishing. So they still have the early skirmishing power. No major items were completed for Team Liquid, and Lyon was able to play off the...
You know, 1 is already secured. Inspired smites down the 2nd, says, okay, fine, you can have the 3rd one. Isn't really going to matter that much. So Hosdiodo shows up. Down here in bottom lane, you can see Isles trying to keep Yon further away from the wave since Yon is alone, but it's not really going to matter. Mel has so much range, it's still very easy to farm with the Radiant Volley. So Berserker and Isles just going to allow this wave to move up and crash. Hosdiodo secures the last grub. CoreJJ still roaming around all over the map. I never know where exactly he's going to be. The bot lane duo plus jungler combination, however, Saint does have the stolen TF ulti from Quid to make his approach. And there's the Infernal Drake secured by Inspired. Hosdiodo going in after Berserker. CoreJJ trying to find a little bit of pressure here. But that's the Caitlyn down. Nicely done there from Team Liquid as Quid falls to Inspired. Isles trying to get away over the wall. The Solar Snare not quite going to find him, but it is enough coming through. The damage from Yon with the execution of the Golden Eclipse is more than enough, but now he's under pressure. Saint and Hosdiodo trying to find the damage here to Inspired. They jump right back in, but Hosdiodo has to flash back up the wall. Inspired! Fearless on the Zinjao. The audacious charge lives up to its name. Hosdiodo turns it right back around, though. What a fight! It's 7-7 when the dust settles.
Fire does get this Drake, however,
We're not done.
Of course.
Dokla in danger, trying to get himself out there. Even spent the flash. He still drops, but now it's Isles and Berserker showing up. Never mind, okay. God bless this game.
Dead.
All right, Yon is down. The Mel is out of the picture, and now Team Liquid might here onto Dokla. Okay, so it's a 2-for-1, favoring Lyon. Now they're pushing into the tier 1 turret. Meanwhile, CoreJJ going up into the top side, Inspired, chasing after Morgan, trying to grab himself a solo kill here. Saint, nope, not even a solo kill required. It's Saint who shows up instead. I'm having such a hard time keeping up with what's going on. Okay, now we got another Twisted Fate ulti, this time for the real Twisted Fate down here into the mid lane. Isles and Berserker backing up for now. This is one of the times when you're looking at control mages, the item generally gets criticized more, but right there, it gave Yon the extra bit of distance to escape the Malphite.
All the power that they're going to have later in this fight, it's insane. Also Inspired going for the Dusk and Dawn plus Sundered Sky build, which we haven't seen in this variant. We've seen Titanic Dusk and
Sundered Sky plus Ultimate.
Okay, dragon fight starting. Lyon with control over the objective for now, but the Scuttle Crab vision belongs to Team Liquid. Core, Yon, and Hosdiodo approaching from the left. Quid occupied down here in the bottom lane at the same time, but Isles is going to be bursted before the fight even starts. Saint looking to make his way into the scrap now as Hosdiodo falls. Berserker taking a kill. Core and Yon have to try to get away as Quid goes into the middle to keep his AD carry alive. Yon with a flash out, staying alive for now. CoreJJ falls to Inspired. Saint will not land the abduct. Yon continues to live. Team Liquid have lost their jungler and able to grab this turret here.
Yeah, Morgan's gonna I mean, the turret gold is real.
Yeah. But
Even though it's
TP
on
behind.
Jace, TP, well, we'll
so
see.
is the play.
Good flash,
Dokla.
TP situation, but he's built this item both times he's played Silas. Will still help a little bit of magic damage from the Malphite in these fights, and if he wins one more fight, book buy.
Then you go book, okay.
Once they're actually ahead in the game, he can shut the door with the book.
Also, imagine a fight where you have this Sundered Sky, Dusk and Dawn healing, and then also the Silas.
Oh,
okay, Dokla's your
All
target.
right.
This is just the full dog pile
Full
on
send on
Dokes.
Dokla.
Okay.
we'll see how that works
The
out.
Lion side, TL singing the same except for Morgan on the Jace. That flash is still down. So keep your eyes on if Dokla tries to aim at that enemy top laner as their primary target. Winter's Bite tags CoreJJ, but that's all they get. When becomes Lightning, slows them down a little bit more. Solar Snare, no dice. CoreJJ taking some damage, and there they go. The engage on the Morgan, exactly like I'm talking about, but CoreJJ is already dead. Dokla barely staying alive. Morgan getting away for now. Saint goes gold and buys himself a little bit of time. Quid's gonna be your next target as Saint goes in after Yawn. The rebuttal doesn't give him a whole lot, but it does do enough to keep him alive. Berserker now the target is Hoda. The Odo goes in for the Cataclysm, but Saint is ready to run him down. Inspired takes the kill on the enemy jungler. Berserker fires off one last ace in the hole. Core and Jose dead means Lyon has control of the Dragon Pit.
These fights are crazy. Lyon is basically separating them on multiple fronts. You saw Saint taking down that.
It's 16 to 11. There's no Elder Dragon to fight over for the next 4 minutes, and TL doesn't really want to fight a Cloud Souled Lion.
No, but they aren't bloody, but they're turrets, right? You know,
There's
Dokla
probably
taking
blood
down.
on everything on the Rift at this point, Emily.
Core's going
CoreJJ goes in. Isle's going to defend himself there with the Unbreakable, loses about half HP. Yawn wants to kill him there with the Golden Eclipse, but it ain't going to work here just yet. Dokla and Saint going in after the rest of TL as the Stolen Cataclysm brings Saint into the middle of everybody. Jumps right back out with Abscond, re-engages with Abduct. CoreJJ is already down. Jose and Yawn separated from the rest of their team. Jose the Odo gets over the wall as there's unstoppable force onto Yawn. There's no rebuttal for that. Inspired goes on a killing spree. Yawn drops. Lyon finally reclaimed the gold lead as a team, and Morgan wanting to stick around and get some plate money off of the mid lane tier 2 may have overstayed his welcome. Inspired and Saint going in. Saint steals away the Jace power as now Morgan continues trying to get out here with that acceleration gate, but it ain't gonna matter. You're trying to run from Cloud Soul and it will not happen. Inspired goes on a rampage. Memory lane because I got the answer. The bloodiest game of all time at 15 minutes in LCS history was 23 kills versus this game's 21, and it was Dignitas versus TS.
But he's won the
Honestly,
mini game within the game.
While we have time, do
Side quest.
you actually want my thoughts on Protobelt that you asked like what seems like an hour ago now?
Yeah, sure, let's go.
In
You never
terms
really
of the
got to answer.
choking?
You never really got to
So,
answer the question.
Yeah, so my response, as it was with the Grasp Azir that kind of ran rampant through pro play as well, I feel like if you're copying it without thought, it's not good. But there are definite situations, like I would actually argue that in this game, it's a good pick for
Speed on top of his Cloud Soul speed and the TF ult.
Yeah, they've got the
they're
TF
just
ult
gonna
now
go.
as actual
Here's
TL
Saint.
doesn't have it. Nice double engage coming out. Unstoppable force from Dokla. Quid's already dead here at the start of the fight. 2v2 in the bottom half. 3v2 up here on the top side as Lyon tries to get a little bit more. Berserker dominating as Morgan falls. Saint staying alive against Yawn and Jose. They don't have the damage to kill the Silas. CoreJJ arrives for the Uber Eats Pantheon play. It's an ace with a side of support. Team Liquid evaporates, and it's Lyon getting it done.
You know what I loved about that fight is the point where Inspired was like, nah, Saint, you got this. You're fine. I'm going up to the top side of the fight. I'll see you later. I know you can deal with these guys. Even with his health was looking pretty low. Lyon looking to close out this banger of a game 3.
We are getting one hell of a series here today. Despite being down in gold most of the game, Lyon just outfought TL time and time.
Is he going to jungle Ornn? I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to jungle Ornn again. He's actually going to jungle Ornn again.
Yeah.
And they're
And
playing the Gnar
Dokla is
into
going to
the
get the
Renekton.
Gnar.
That's it.
Yeah.
And this is actually huge, getting the Gnar as a as an actual counter pick, because they can jungle spotted out, but Lyon are not going to contest it.
I would be pretty surprised if Lyon was going to fight these early Drakes with Smolder Ornn.
Yeah.
So they're just going to continue to stack up and get Ornn ultimate.
I mean, it's similar to exactly what we heard from Spooks, right? He's saying if we let this go late, back in Lion's first victory in this series, back in game number 2, it was inspired on the Sejuani, it was Isles on the Nautilus, both of them going for this first low price point but very powerful item because of the healing that you get from it. Saint just walked up and stole the grub from Jose and slithered right on out.
That's some ego right there.
Yeah. It also does like show though how much Saint has been able to leave lane after just kind of pushing up, right? Like I talked about that invade for vision.
Yeah. Okay, we are just going to back away now. Jose Diodo still with total control over the pit. Grabs that one. Dokla trying to keep Morgan's health bar nice and low. He does have that Fury-empowered Call to Meek, though, for a little surge of HP whenever he decides to cast it.
Yeah, top lane's going really well for Morgan. He had the early jungle help, but now Jose's looking to make a play. This is where they really need to make action happen, is around this bot lane.
Yeah. He was spotted out on that ward, though, so...
Ooh, Morgan flash into the Ruthless Predator, solo kill onto Dokla. Big Dokes not respect. Dokla and Saint now trying to keep Team Liquid away from this bottom lane tier 1 turret. Inspired is hanging around as well, but so is Jose Diodo. Might get ourselves a good old-fashioned 3v3 down here as the 4th plate is taken from the tier 1 turret there by Saint. Lyon just trying to get themselves some kind of resources, but this is not a good sign for Dokla as Morgan takes the turret.
Yeah, and this is looking a lot like game 1 from Team Liquid, so it's actually really interesting for a Lion team who's kind of
5v5 in a late game, right? And thus far, they've been able to do that, giving top tier 1 over to the Orianna, giving bot tier 1 over to wait and scale for later 5v5s. But now, after this take, TL is going to be on Soul Point at a pretty early point in this game. It's not even, it's just about 18 in this, pressuring tier 2. The Ori had pushed up this bot wave, and now they're on to Inspired.
Yeah, Inspired gets pulled back with a shockwave. Mom comes in. The tidal wave flies out from Isles as Jose Diodo wants to go in with a Hound's Pursuit, but immediately has to use Call of the Pack, trying to get himself back away. Team Liquid, they've overcommitted into the enemy jungle. They got to spin flashes, getting back out.
This mid tier 1 with the Herald early, instead of using it as an immediate point of pressure immediately prior to the Drake. So they should be able to set the conditions. However, the fact that it hasn't been super...
Dokla still nowhere close to that power spike himself.
Trying to move in.
Teleport's arriving. Jose Diodo already putting in the work here onto the Infernal Dragon. The Ornhorn misses. Quid with a nice sidestep. As Inspired has to try to step up. Challenge here for the Dragon. It's down to 2,000 HP. Inspired wants to go in. He's stolen it away. Inspired gets it done. And now Jose Diodo might just get knocked out. Staying alive for now. With the Call, the pack from Berserker's got the kill back onto Jose. Morgan getting juggled around as Mom roars through. Saint died though. Morgan with a massive heal from Call to make a double kill back over to Quid. As Inspired falls. Quid still fighting. Dokla still kiting Berserker. 1v2 against Jan and Core JJ. As Jan gets out for now, Quid still trying to escape. Berserker files a snot ball over the wall. A nice Aqua Prison locks up Quid. Berserker with a flash over. He's trying to get a little bit more, but no! Berserker went too far! And Team Liquid, they may have lost the Drake. As Dokla finds Morgan on the backside of the pit, just tries to zone him away. The rest of Lyon stepping forward here in a 4v4. Remember, Lyon has to play around Berserker. Berserker is the win con if they want to have any kind of a chance. As Team Liquid trying to DPS the Drake down to about 3,000. Inspired going in, fires back towards Morgan as the target. As the Drake is secured by Jose Diodo, smited down to 10 HP. It was so close, but that's huge. Immediate destruction. Team Liquid dog piles in, and everybody on Lyon is 6 feet deep.
Morgan actually soaked up so much damage in that fight, despite the fact that he was marked on the flank by Dokla, had to kind of come around and rejoin. He took so much, and they still weren't able to kill him. That is the kind of Renekton that we want to see for TL in these fights. And now TL are surging into the base.
Yeah, I don't see any world where Lyon's able to stop this one. Isles will be the only one respawning as Team Liquid is about to crash into the Nexus turrets. We got a full 5 games yesterday, and we are getting a full 5 games today in Emily Rand's match of the week. Isles might survive, but the Nexus will not. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to Silver Scrapes.
These playoffs are delivering the top 4. They're picking them without, like, true Enchantress support, so it's a dangerous game to play.
Okay, it'll be Jinx locked in for Berserker and Lyon here in game number 5. do or die here for I. A whole lot. Quid also hovering in this direction. There's the Drake for TL.
Yep, Inspired clearing the top side of his jungle, so pretty uncontested.
To try to do something with this Drake, so that just means that Lyon have total control over the area and should be able to grab this objective without much to say from TL as Isles finds himself in the enemy jungle.
Gold in this game. Part of it is the fact that Berserker's Cull isn't completed yet, but they're making some plays.
Wow, that was fast. Between the damage of the Rek'Sai with that Titanic completed and then the lockup of Sona with the Crescendo, that was just wham bam from Core JJ and Jose Dioto, and they find the first blood pick of the Isles. Team Liquid with a 2,000 gold lead, and they want even more. Big Dokes taking a lot of burst here, stays alive for now as Saint comes in with a Weaver's Wall, but Dokla is forced to flash out. Yon tries to hit him with the Moonlight Vigil, but he will not find success. Jose Dioto trying to escape. Nice sidestep there on the Super Mega Death Rocket, but Jose is smote down like a jungle. Potential situation.
Yeah, and I do like this response from Lyon, right? They're not going to contest this Herald take on the top side, so they're just going to try to zone Morgan off of this turret and end up taking this bot tier 1 for Saint and Inspired. As Annie should be able to crash this wave into top side tier 1.
It does really feel like they've been able to open up the map, though, post-pause to almost accelerate the gold a little bit, but it's mainly just cleaning up these turrets that were already pretty low.
As it is Team Liquid going after Dragon number 3. Lyon is around the area, and this is an Earth Drake, so they die pretty slowly.
Could Bard ult in.
Yeah, remember though, there's no wall. It was already used to bring Saint closer towards this fight. TP's about to arrive from both sides. Dragon smite it down. Lyon's gonna go ahead and take the prize there. Isles about to get locked up here to hit the turret crust. He wants that turret to kill as many minions as possible, and then as soon as it kills the last one, he knocks it over.
Ridiculous, but I kind of feel like Team Liquid's leaving this Drake for another day.
All right, now we got a problem.
No
Core
flash.
JJ without the flash, caught out. That's exactly what you want to see. Tempered Fate into the Flame Chompers as Dokla knocks Morgan away from him, trying to stay alive as Quid makes the rotation up here into the top lane. Dokla with the flash survives, getting himself out as Jose and Yon dealing with Lyon back over in the mid lane. And the Drake should go over to Lyon and Inspired here.
Yeah, I was going to say, more crucially, Lyon are able to even up the Drake stacking in a position where it looked like for a little bit there, TL were perfectly comfortable pushing out their side waves.
But he didn't have the wave there. Now I think he's finally going to...
He's going to get it.
This is
going to be it.
It's hard to hold it now. All right, Yon. There it is, the Crust Buster, and they even try to punish him, and they can't do it. The Temper just teleport 3 feet to a...
Maybe.
Yes.
Did Doke... Okay, hold on, never mind. Dokla's coming in immediately. They follow it up. The full engage goes, and Quid is already dead. Lyon find their moment, finally.
Yeah.
In the client, yeah.
Dokla just wall stunned him, and so we did see Morgan teleport 4 feet in front of himself.
Easier for Inspired on the Trundle to have a greater effect in the fight.
Yeah. 2,500 gold difference on 80 carries, which you'd think would be game deciding, but they're not like they can get super protected, so it's still one stun away from just getting one shot.
Yon does have 100% crit now, though, as Inspired goes forward, finds the pillar onto Yon, who immediately fires back with a Moonlight Vigil. Tempered Fate only hit Jose Dioto, so that doesn't... Yeah, like I said, you've got 100% crit on Yon. The Aphelios absolutely shreds with damage, and he's got Crescendo. Inspired stepping up, though. They want to try to challenge for it, but Inspired's getting bursted very low. The Trundle's already almost dead, but Yon's fallen! That is absolutely huge! Inspired staying alive now as well as Morgan is into the back line. Inspired flashes over the wall, but he cannot find the kill. Jose Dioto getting that one as Morgan's gone golden in the middle of everybody, still trying to turn the fight back around. Jose Dioto with a 2-man knockup, and Berserker re-enters the fight. Jose shot down. Berserker excited. Team Liquid on the run. It's Yon and his jungle. There's no way for Team Liquid to contest it when your jungler's back in the base.
And this is massive for Lyon, although TL look like they're just going to try to burn down this Baron as quickly as possible.
Yeah, Berserker and Saint are still on their way up here. Inspired is around the area. The Baron, though, locked up in the Tempered Fate. Inspired is stepping in. He's just going to smite it away. Lyon critically find both the Soul and the Baron back to back, and now it's a seismic shove to Quid. He dies to the Super Mega Death Rocket. Berserker is getting excited, and Yon is forced all the way back out of the fight. Now Morgan's under pressure, stunned to the wall yet again by another Cosmic Binding. It's a double kill of a Berserker, and he's excited again. Yon knocked up into the air with a point-blank Keeper's Verdict. One more shot from Fishbones. Triple kill back over to Berserker. Isles means it's no Penta, but Jose's Guardian Angel will not do enough. He dies too, ace for nothing. That game, that series, That's Lyon taking their win.
Berserker pops off at the end, and Lyon defends the mid lane for 33 minutes and then wins the game in the next 3.
Holy moly!
What insane setup from the Poppy and the Bard to just kind of allow Berserker to free fire in these fights.
3 kills at 28 minutes, and the game ends 8 minutes later. Lyon, in a battle that goes all 5 games, will triumph yet again over Team Liquid and move forward in the winner's bracket.
Inspire's pep talk was right.